Joining us on the line from Rwanda is the Deputy Minister of Sports, Youth and National Service, Kantema-Gaomas. A very good evening to you, Deputy Minister, and welcome.
Good evening.
Well, Namibia joined the Youth Connekt Africa program this year. What is it that Namibia hopes to bring to the platform and benefits thereof?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Namibia joined in May the Youth Africa Connekt. As we know that this is a platform that it's a continental platform that aims to connect the youth, to tap into the expertise, to tap into the network, and also to share experiences in terms of the areas of youth development. And we are really excited to be part of the member of this very important continental platform. And as a member, we also then joined the Youth Summit that's being hosted by His Excellency Paul Kagame. And the Youth Summit really, again, brings together policymakers, it brings together heads of states, and also it brings together experts in various fields. And we're also privileged that our head of state, His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob, was one of the speakers that addresses around 10,000 youth from the continent who were gathered here in order to connect, were gathered to innovate, and to seek or to accelerate investments in the youth sector.
Now, Deputy Minister, you were one of the panelists at this afternoon's session on youth access to sexual reproductive health services. Now, listening to other panelists, what lessons can Namibia learn from other countries to ensure that young people are able to access these services without being judged?
I think before I go to your question, I just want to add to what benefits the membership of Youth Connekt Africa will bring.
Right.
As we speak, I came with a delegation of 8 youth, and 2 of the youth are innovators. I came with Esther Hayter, who is an innovator in making mutete juice, who will be exhibiting her products tomorrow. So this is demonstrating that the benefit really is to tap into the bigger market that exists on the continent. I also came with one innovator, Johannes, who developed a Connekt Africa APP app that really also enable people with visual and hearing impairment access essential services. So I'm just demonstrating that these are some of the immediate benefits that one can see already, that you are able to exhibit your innovation, your products out there.
Indeed.
Now, coming back to your question of investment in youth health in terms of accessibility to sexual and reproductive health, it was a very interactive dialogue which was hosted by the First Lady, Her Excellency Janet Kagame. And what came out also from the other panelists is that mental health issues are not really separate from sexual and reproductive health. And really that call for investments in mental health, because we know statistics show that in Africa we do not invest more in terms of mental health. So the conversation really went around how does mental health, sexual and reproductive health link to the economic outcomes.
Now, lastly, Deputy Minister, just before we let you go, what are some of the other issues that the Youth Connekt Africa deliberated on?
There were various areas that are lined up. And one of the areas that we also attended is the future of agriculture and food system, where the Minister of Agriculture share initiatives that are being pursued in Rwanda, especially the training centers where they are training youth and encouraging youth to then join cooperatives after being trained, because we do know that agriculture is a backbone of the economy and it has the potential to produce or to create more jobs. The other areas also focused on opportunities for youth-led SMEs in the African continental free trade area. There was also the discussions on creating opportunities for Africa's young people, moving from rhetoric to action. This is now really calling for action, and then investments in young people's health, access to sexual and reproductive health, and mental health. And also, lastly, shifting the African development through digital leadership. And when one look at it, the president did touch on it yesterday during his address, calling on the youth to embrace the fourth IR as a way to transform our economy. And lastly, I was also attending the steering committee meeting, which is a meeting where members then craft ways and craft a plan for implementation going forward for the 2023 in terms of the African Youth Connect chapter.
Well, Deputy Minister, thank you so much for your time. And we certainly look forward to discussing with you more on your return. Of course, perhaps we can have a couple of chats also with the youth that you have taken with you, just to get more in terms of their overall experience in this, or from the Africa Youth Connect that they, of course, then you guys are attending at this current point in time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Well, that was the Deputy Minister of Youth and National Service. Is, of course, that Emma Kantema-Gaomas. She's currently attending the Youth Connect Africa program with a delegation of 8 Namibian youth, also showcasing some of their products.